Hello and welcome to the video about managing distractions. This is a quite important one because it will depend on us on how we do it. We have to set the boundaries to have less distractions and interruptions. I know it's difficult with children under certain age because they tend not to keep themselves entertained. But you can find some of those times, and setting boundaries is the most important thing. So, distractions are everywhere. It can be via notifications in your cell phone. If you work in a space with more people, people can start and asking you questions or trying to get into conversations that are uh, socially fine but not related to work, and you start to engage with that and you find that your focus get lost and refocus take time again. So one of the most effective ways to get things done in less time is to set your boundaries and set and learning to dedicate space to do the things that you need, so the rest of the people uh, start to understand and respect that. So we will talk about the part first. So when you're working, work. So I've learned from men that they cannot focus in more than one thing at a time. So when they are working, they are not thinking about the supermarket or the children or the gym or the food that they are going to have for lunch. When they are working, they are working. So there is no point sometimes to talk to them because they are not going to get it. And I've learned to start doing that a few years ago, actually. And it has given me a lot of concentration because I dedicate my headspace, although sometimes thoughts pop into my brain, but I keep them to the bay and I have a notebook to write all the ideas that pop into my head and then I review it. But when I'm doing something, I fully focus on that. So turn off the notifications, all the apps, alarms, emails, or text alert, because that is the main uh, interruption source. And us, as women, sorry, we tend to think that if it set my alarm off, is something important. And then you check it and you realize that it was a meme or it was a joke or it was nothing really important. But if you are keeping the alarms with sounds or a dot or light, wherever you are going to have your eyes wandering to that side and you're going to say, oh, maybe it's important, but then it's not going to be important. If it's something really, 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 really important, the people are going to find a way to make you know that is something very important. So step away from social media, YouTube or Netflix or Amazon Prime or Google or whatever, because that is a time sucker. It sucks all the time and you don't even realize. And we all been in this. You don't realize that instead of spending 15 minutes watching for something, you spend half an hour or 1 hour or more than that. So also stop checking your emails every 5 seconds. Nothing is going to change really. I find the best routine that works for me and has been working for others that starting to do this, keep it to three times a day. So after you wake up and you have your breakfast, check your emails, flag what are very important and you have to take action, but it's not a short action. Delete the things that are rubbish and uh, respond the ones that have a quick response in the morning. Then check it again at lunchtime when you are having your break, and you can check it and take action on those ones that you flag. For example, if you know that it's going to take longer time to answer those emails, you can answer back. I'm going to reply with the solution in the few next days, for example. So the person that is receiving that know what to expect. If you don't say anything, they will start to bombarding you. Have you seen my email? Or what do you thought about the email? So if you say, I'm not going to deal with this today because I don't have time and I need to think more deeply, they know what to expect and they are not going to bothering you until the deadline comes. And those that you know the answer, you can answer back on that time. And then in the afternoon, I recheck my emails and see what I have to do and what I can answer there and all the new ones and clear the rubbish again. And the same with social media. Unless I'm doing the postings and scheduling and everything, I do not spend more time than 3 times a day checking my social media. Or if I don't have too many things to do in the day, I'll be a little bit more there. In the TV area, this is one thing that maybe is not applicable all the time because some shows in Netflix or Amazon or whatever don't have commercials in between. But if you are watching a series on the TV that have commercials, if you record that, then you can skip 15 minutes in 1 hour show. So it's 15 minutes back for you. And you can choose when you want to watch it. And even if you have those weeks that you are low on workload, you can binge watch. Sorry. So yeah, in general, the most important thing is to learn to say no. Don't overcommit and don't try to please everyone. This is something that we used to do quite a lot. Women try to please everyone and every person, and we feel bad or guilty if we say no. But we need to learn. We need to learn to say no. That is important because we need to set our boundaries. And you have some capacity. You cannot do everything for everyone. So you have to pour yourself your own cup and recharge your batteries. And sometimes others can do things for us as well. And if you always say yes, and if you always say help others, I'm not saying that you don't have to help others, but have a balance. Otherwise, many people are going to take you for granted and they are going to take advantage because they know that you are going to say yes. If you always say yes, they are coming and then they are going to say, oh, the one, oh, you know what? If you go to Caroline, she's going to say yes. So ask her. You see? So if you are always saying yes, probably more people are going to start to come to you because they know that you are going to say yes. So you can be polite, and if you are in a workplace, now is not, it is a different timing, but if you are in a workplace and someone say, can I have your attention? And if you're really busy in something, you say, yes, you can have my attention after I finish this. So if you can wait for 50 minutes, when I finish, I'm going to pay my full attention to you. And they are going to learn that you have boundaries and they're going to respect that. It is super important. And also, you don't have to be the superman that have every single thing sorted, uh, because yeah, we don't have to commit to be present all the time of all every single thing at school, for example. So you can do some baking for an event, but if you do it for every single event, then the the others are going to say, no, no, no worries, because she's going to bring the cakes, although maybe you don't have time to do it this time. So yeah, do not overcommit, do not voluntarily uh, or yeah, don't do the things all the time. some Sometimes yes, sometimes no, so the people don't expect you to do it all the time. uh, yeah, the same thing that I said before. You have to ask for time and space. So if you want to concentrate in something, you can say to other, I need this time and don't bother me because I need concentration for this period of time. After that, you can come and knock my door. The other very important thing is to delegate, and delegate it in workplace, in the house, and in the social community as well. You don't have to do everything by yourself, and others can do some work, and that comes for children as well. They are not going to be perfect at the beginning, but they can improve, and you will see that you have more time for yourself as well. And in the office is teamwork. Sometimes if you ask for help, and you can get um, more solutions sometimes, and doing quickly. And sometimes it's more fun as well. It's less lonely to do things with another person. So this is very small, but if you do these kind of things consistently, you will see that your brain is going to be less overwhelmed, because you can do the things in certain amount of time. You have your boundaries, the people are respecting that. So you will feel better and empowered and in control. But if people take you for granted all the time, then you feel the pressure to please them and not to fail them. And sometimes you cannot do it. Sometimes we are tired, sometimes we don't feel helping others, and that's fine. We don't have to be feeling guilty all the time to not be able to help others. Sometimes we need help. Sometimes we need to be pampered, and sometimes we need a hand. So if you are willing to give help, that's fine. But when you need to do your stuff first, interrupting your workload to help another one is not healthy. So be honest with yourself, be honest with what you need, and just do it. So don't forget to delegate, don't forget to say no, and don't forget to set your grounds and your boundaries, because it will be very useful for you, and it will be very useful for the rest of the people, because they know that you're human as well and you need help and you are doing your best and you're focusing in the things that you should be focusing. So it is time to not please the society all the time. And that image of that we can do everything, yes, we can, but also we need time for ourselves, and we need time to recenter and to be more aligned with what we want. So I hope this has been useful. And if you have any questions or anything, please let me know. Um, and I will see you later. Bye bye.